Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the IceCaps Weekly Wrap. I'm Amy Johnson. Well, the IceCaps finished up their lengthy homestand last week with two games against the Springfield Thunderbirds at Mile One Center, and they kicked things off last Friday night with an outstanding win. It was a scoring haven in Mile One Center. They won this one 6-5, and scoring came from a number of different places on the St. John's teams. Charles Hudon scored his 10th goal of the year. Joel Hanley also scored a goal. He, in fact, was +4 on the night. Outstanding numbers for him. Chris Terry had a goal as well, as did Max Freeberg, and Michael McCarron potted a power play goal towards the end of the game. In fact, Chris Terry had a goal and 2 assists with 5 shots on goal on the night. He had an outstanding evening, and Mark Barberio had 3 assists on the night. I mentioned that Michael McCarron had that power play goal towards the end of the game. He, in fact, in addition to that goal, he had 8 shots total on goal for the game. Just a tremendous effort all around by the IceCaps, and an outstanding win for the team. Then turning around into Saturday night, they welcomed the Thunderbirds back into Mile One Center. This game was a complete 180 from the night before, to be honest. There was no scoring in this game from either team for almost the first 50 minutes. That's 5-0. The first 50 minutes, there was no scoring in this game, and then Springfield took 2 goals back-to-back in the third period, to which the IceCaps just couldn't mount a comeback. However, the one bright spot, Jacob Delarose, who has been really pushing hard and really playing hard and has had so many chances, finally got his first goal of the season. So there was 1 goal for the IceCaps scored by Jacob Delarose. And unfortunately, though, they lost this one 2-1 to close out the homestand. So that was actually the last home game of 2016. The IceCaps now head out on the road this coming week, and we'll talk about their schedule here in just a minute. But they won't return home to St. John's until later in 2017, probably about a week or so into the month of January. Looking at transactions for the week, a little bit of back and forth. After that standout game on Friday night, Mark Barberio and Michael McCarron were both recalled to the Montreal Canadiens. They did not play in Saturday night's game, and they, in fact, did not play against the Bruins either. Mark Barberio was then sent back down to St. John's on Tuesday, along with Sven Andrighetto, likely to play in the IceCaps game in Binghamton on Wednesday night. However, Michael McCarron still remains up with the Montreal Canadiens. So, looking ahead to that schedule for this week as they kick off this very lengthy road trip. It's only the second week in December, and they will be on the road until the second week in January. And so this week they have 3 games slated on the schedule. They kick things off on Wednesday night in Binghamton, playing the Binghamton Senators. That game is at 7:05 Eastern, 8:35 p.m. Newfoundland time. And then they head to Utica on Friday night. It's their first visit to Utica for the year. That game is at 7 o'clock Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Newfoundland time. And then the following night on Saturday, they head to Rochester to take on the Amerks at 7:05 Eastern, 8:35 p.m. Newfoundland time. As always, be sure to check us out on Twitter and follow along for all of our live game updates and player updates. That's at the AHL Report on Twitter. And be sure to log on to ahl.report online for this and tons of other material and content on players, game recaps, game previews, weekly forecasts, and so much more. Again, thanks for watching. This has been another edition of the IceCaps Weekly Wrap. We'll see you back here, same place next week. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Amy Johnson.